All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the ASAP Afternoon Blitz, Monday, February 20th. Man, this month's already almost over.
Yep, 8 more days.
Flying by. Flying by. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Jay McLovin. How's it going, Jay?
It's doing well. It's doing well, man. Gonzo, I just got a notification here. The neighborhood that I'll be moving into out there in Houston. So it's kind of the outskirts of Houston there, and they just set out a neighborhood wise alert saying, "Hey, local white horse Roman neighborhood. If this is your pet, please come claim it." And it has an actual like thermal imaging of this horse walking around the neighborhood. Typical white people. Freaking putting horses in your damn yard. What the hell's going on in the world, Gonzo? White horse. Good times. Man, it's going good, man. Gonzo, did you catch the All-Star game yesterday? I don't know if you caught any of it or not.
No, I didn't, but we'll get right to that. Before we get to that, let's go. I want to go ahead and talk about the big news that
yes.
the All Sports All Plays Network has today. As we got our TV, the ASAP Sports TV app is launched. You can find it on Google on the Google Play Store. You can find it on Amazon. So hey, if you watch the Amazon Fire Stick, make sure you go to the apps and find the ASAP Sports Network app on your Amazon Fire Stick. Like I said, you can find it on Google Play on Android phones, and you can also find it on Roku right now. From what I'm understanding, it'll be on the Apple products here soon. But right now, you can like I said, you can find it at the Google Play Store, at Roku, and at Amazon. So make sure you go check out the ASAP mobile app. You'll be able to find all the shows here on the ASAP Sports Network. From the way I'm understanding it, basically on demand, right?
If I understood it correctly, yes. If the way Jay made it out to be, it was just you can find it on Amazon or Google Play. I guess if you had the Samsung or Android, I guess you could download the app on directly onto your phone from there. And eventually, he said it will be coming out on Apple for us iPhone users. We can download it on our iPhones as well. But I believe for right now, he said Google Play and Amazon were the two spaces you could find that ASAP app, which is amazing. And according to Frank, it had to be more professional now. So no more Jamal. We're gonna go back to Jay McLovin starting tomorrow. This is the last day. This is the farewell tour of poor Jamal.
No more poor Jamal.
No more poor Jamal. Apparently, it's not gonna happen. So I gotta be professional. We gotta be more, I don't know if I can do it, Gonzo. I might be a little bit here and there, but I'm going to try to be very, very straight line and focused.
But no, I did not watch any of the All-Star game. I haven't watched any of the All-Star weekend, I should say. I haven't watched any of the All-Star weekend in a while. I would have watched this 3-point contest if we wouldn't have been watching, doing the Elimination Chamber, watching along. I probably would have watched the 3-point contest just because it had two Indiana Pacers in it with Halliburton and Hill. But I haven't watched the dunk contest for a long time. I hate it because I quit watching it because none of the stars are in it anymore. When I was growing up watching it, you had Jordan, Drexler, Wilkins. You know what I mean? You had a lot of the stars competed in it. Now you have a guy from the G League winning it.
I was just about to say, what's up, Frankie C? It's crazy to me. It's crazy. This country outsources everything. AT&T's gone to India. Pretty much a lot of things communication-wise has been outsourced to India, China, Taiwan, whatever. Very little of it is still here in the U.S. And the last of the Mohicans, the NBA dunk contest, the Americans are so bad at the dunk contest that we had to outsource it to the G League. That's how bad the NBA is. We had to outsource to the G League to get a good dunk contest. By the way, if you don't think white man can't jump, you didn't see that dunk contest because McClurrick, he was all over the map. All over.
I've seen him dunk. I didn't watch it, but I've seen him dunk before. Dude has some hops.
Oh, it was ridiculous. Yeah, I watched bits and clips of it. And when I think they had one dude and another dude was riding piggyback on top of the guy, and McClurg still was able to get over on top of them dudes. I was like, damn. I mean, that was incredible. Crazy.
Oh yeah. And I didn't watch much. I didn't watch any of the actual All-Star game last night, but from everything I've heard, it was pretty much a joke.
Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible in the fact that no defense, zero defense. I mean, it was all like half-court shots and 3-point beyond the arc shots and easy layups, easy, dunks, windmill dunks, all that crazy. And then it makes me mad because then they're going to try to come out and say, well, Jason Tatum was the first player ever to score, 50 points in an All-Star game, a season, or all this. And I'm like, dude, did you watch the game? Ain't nobody trying to stop Jason. You can't take that 50 points seriously. It's almost a joke of a joke, to be honest with you. It was horrible, to be honest with you. And I'm sorry, LeBron. I watched the replay. Your hand didn't get all jacked up on that rim. You could have kept playing. Come on. I honestly didn't like the All-Star game. Did not like it.
The highlights I saw, everybody was throwing the ball off the backboard and dunking.
It was just a circus show. And that's what I'm trying to say. I couldn't take that game seriously. And I really thought that would have been one that may still be somewhat legit. Football, of course, is gone by the wayside. Basketball now is by the wayside. Hockey's kind of still pretty good. And baseball's still pretty good. But the rest of it, I don't know, man. We've lost touch. We've lost touch with the way things used to be. And that's what I was trying to say last night in the chat. Gonzo, I feel like the longer I live, the worse and more weak our sports become. And I'm using the word weak as a professional term for what I really want to say.
How's it going, Frankie?
What's going on, boys? Just, hanging out here watching some old school wrestling. Nothing else to do.
Yeah, on a nice President's Day. Avery has no school today, so you got all the girls at home.
She don't have no school all week, man. It's freaking, I think it's called like midwinter break or something like that, because
that's the same thing like we have spring break down here, and I guess you guys call it midwinter break or something.
No, we get spring break also. This is technically winter break. They don't consider that Christmas time off winter break. They call it Christmas break.
Well, they are just getting all kinds of time off up there in New York. You must love that.
Yeah, I love it so much, Jay. I love it to have all my kids at home together.
Don't sound so excited, Frankie.
Tell you right now, Frankie getting Father of the Year. Let me tell you. It's hard. I can't imagine doing it, man. Honestly, making meals and all that kind of stuff. I don't even like to cook, much less make meals.
I don't mind cooking. I like cooking, honestly. That's what I went to school for, doing culinary and stuff like that. So the cooking part.
That's right. I forgot. I remember you did tell me that.
The cooking part is no problem to me. It's the screaming, yelling, and crying that gets to me.
Yeah, that's another thing, Frank. I mean to cut you off, man. Giannis, he goes out there, he gets some stupid little layup, and then he goes to the bench and says, "I'm done." Come on, man. I want more than this. This is just like Gonzo. It's horrible. It's almost like flag basketball, if you will.
What I watched instead of the NBA All-Star game and the All-Star weekend, well, I watched the Elimination Chamber Saturday night, but I watched the opening weekend of the XFL.
Yeah, the Roughnecks took care of business. We're up 1-0 now, so we're looking pretty good with Wade Phillips down there as our head coach. Kicking back, bringing it back to the Houston roots. Everybody knows that Bum Phillips was the original coach of the Oilers, and now you get his son coming back and being the coach of the Roughnecks. And I think they look pretty good, to be honest with you. I think they scored 33-12 or something like that. I believe that. I want to say they played Orlando, if I'm not mistaken, but I missed that game because I think that was when we had the Elimination Chamber Gonzo going on when Houston played their first game.
Yeah,
they had the night game.
That's the only game out of the 4 games this weekend I didn't watch. I watched the other game on Saturday, and I watched both games yesterday. Both games yesterday were good games. Came down to the end. Yeah, I didn't see the Houston game Saturday.
Shout out to Josh Gordon with the Seattle Sea Dragons getting his first touchdown reception. Must be amazing.
Yeah, he had some pretty big catches there towards the end of that game as well.
Yeah, it was like I said. I'm looking at The Rock. He's out there shaking hands with Wade Phillips and things like that. So it looks like he's going to have kind of a hands-on approach to the whole thing. So yeah, man, I think the XFL is going to be pretty good. We get 10 weeks of that, right? Before we go into, and then they get a championship week. I think week 11.
Yep. Well, I think week 12. I think because there's a semifinal. You have the 2 semifinal games in the championship game.
Okay. So it'll be a total of 12 weeks altogether. Okay.
Championship game is going to be in San Antonio.
San Antonio. Interesting. Okay.
They announced that yesterday during one of the games. How's it going, Stat God?
It's going, Chris. How's your back doing?
It's getting there. Still a little sore. Be nice once these stitches are out, and I don't feel like when I move I'm going to tear something. But
oh my God, you know how bad it is that I'm trying to be so professional right now that I'm holding my tongue on saying something. It's just
me
so
too.
hard.
You have no idea how hard it is. Hey, listen, I'm about to fill up the private group with all kinds of
did you watch the XFL, Stat Guy?
I did. I watched all 4.
I watched 3 or 4. I thought it was pretty good.
I thought they were competitive, but at the same time, I also thought they were a little bit underwhelming. When you look at how the XFL was back when it came back in 2020, all of the week 1 games were scoring 50, 60 combined points. This was just a struggle to get the 30 combined points between the teams outside of Houston, who put up 33.
But Stat Guy, tell me how you think about them Roughnecks. They're looking pretty good, right?
I mean, they're 6-0 if you go back to 2020.
I think we'll start seeing more.
Say it with your chest next time.
They only had what 5 weeks to get ready. So I think
it'll get better as the season goes on. But when you look at just the last time they brought it back in 2020 and just how quickly everyone was able to score points back then, I was kind of not necessarily expecting the same outcome, but I thought you would have a little bit more offense this time around. This was kind of like how the USFL was last year in week 1, where teams just struggled to do anything the first couple of weeks offensively, and then when you got to week 3 and 4, you started to see teams start scoring.
It's only the first week. It'll pick up.
And
I think like everything else, it takes a little time for people to really get the buy-in on it, and I think that's what it's going to be, is just getting all the buy-in in it.
But the one game they had, the San Antonio game, they had almost 30,000 fans there.
San Antonio, Seattle, and St. Louis are going to be the 3 markets that are just going to be 30,000 plus probably most of the games.
I tell you what, that DC crowd was pretty wild last night, throwing lemons on the field, and
I know they were going crazy because they did the comeback from behind victory, so they were partying over there.
They took their beer snake, and them fans went crazy, started throwing lemons on the field, everything.
That is nuts.
You got to understand, Chris. The city of Washington, they got to deal with the Washington Commanders. So they got to celebrate some way, right?
Hey, listen, I think speaking of the Commanders, though, now that they got Bieniemy under the reins, hey, you never know. Scott could be the limit on that offense. They could just find a damn quarterback.
I mean, the Cowboys' former quarterback, Ben DiNucci, looked pretty good.
Hey. We're not talking about DiNucci.
How's everyone doing?
We're doing good, Pride. How are you, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm great. How are you guys? How's everyone doing today?
Good.
You guys are doing great?
Professional pride.
100%. This is the pride that volunteers on the weekends. This is the pride that wears a collared shirt button all the way to the top. True story. I wore a tie once. True story.
Hey, look, as long as we're not getting
Pictures there didn't happen.
As long as we're not getting school bus pride, because school bus pride, boy, hey, that's a whole other level.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, but you get the day off today or President's Day, so you can chill at the house.
Yeah, bro. I get to chill out, you know. And
Hey, you get to spend time with that bride of yours, that newly lamented bride.
yeah, you know. Let me stop. I'm trying to be professional. How's everyone doing today? Let me pump the brakes a little bit.
We're doing good, Pride. We're doing good. Let me just start off by saying, Pride, how do you feel about Russell Westbrook staying in LA but playing for the other side of the city in the well, not the other side of the city, but the other part of the freaking team in the same.
So I said it in the group chat, and I mean this. Swear to God, I mean it. Someone said Russ to the Clippers. I said trash at the landfill. Unfortunately, the reality of the situation is if you have any championship aspirations, Russell Westbrook should not be on your team. That's just the reality of the situation. That's all. Now, if you just want someone to kind of go in there, be box office, and just do stuff, then yes. Okay, I don't mind that. But the reality is, unfortunately, where Russ is right now in his career, he can't help you, right? The Clippers, in my opinion, the vibe I'm getting from the Clippers is panic, right? Like, they should have, in my opinion, in the bubble, when they're up 3-1 on Denver, that was the only legitimate chance they could have had of winning a championship.
Yeah.
That's it. I felt like
that's been a hot minute ago.
Like, right. Like, it was that feels almost like a lifetime ago. Like, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Like, there are some teams that has like a 5-year window. Other teams have the 7. The Clippers had a 2-year window, and now they're kind of panicking because I think Steve Ballmer understands like that really was the best chance we ever had to actually win a championship. And right now they're just panicking at this point. I think them getting Russ, they're trying to convince themselves that it's gonna work. But the reality is not only will it not work, but this is just yet again, and I can't believe I'm actually gonna be pro Russell Westbrook here. This is just another blame, you know, another whatever you want to call it, scapegoat, whatever the case may be, for Paul George. So when he sells yet again, and when he goes doo-doo yet again, instead of being like, oh yeah, it's his fault, oh yeah, let's blame everybody else. He loved playing with Russell Westbrook so much he demanded a trade. So don't feed me this foolishness, this nonsense from him. Oh yeah, bro, I love playing with Russ. But you left. Like
No, I thought that was interesting when I saw that he was lobbying. They said he was lobbying for Westbrook to come over there.
Which is weird to me. Which is weird. But hey, to each their own. It is what it is. I'm not gonna, you know. But a lot of people wonder, you know, how does Russ keep getting jobs after you see him, and how, you know, he's just not the same. I genuinely believe it's just the fact that, like, by everyone's account, he's a great guy. He's nice. You know what I mean? He's a person you can have a conversation with. I genuinely believe that that's kind of what keeps him having a job. You know what I mean? Like, people go, oh, how does... I mean, everyone says he's a great guy. Maybe that's what it is. Who knows? But I think it's funny for the Clippers to end up doing it. It's the MO they've basically been doing ever since Steve Ballmer took over. If you want to go to the Lakers or bend with the Lakers, we're gonna pay you a badonk-a-donk. You know, we're gonna do everything we can to bring you over here, and it's not gonna work out for them. It's gonna be just how every other Laker acquisition was for them. It's just not gonna work. And
like, is it like the Clippers are just a stepchild of the league? You know, like they never just can't quite fit in.
They're not the stepchild of the league, Jay. They're the stepchild of the Lakers.
yeah, I would say just the Lakers. But I get what you're saying,
maybe it's just the stepchild of LA.
Yeah, because and again, the thing was, for the most part, up until Steve Ballmer really took over, they weren't really like that in terms of like filling their roster, right? Like when they would fill their roster, they wouldn't go like, "Oh, who played for LA?" Fact check me if I'm wrong. Outside of Matt Barnes and Zubac, no one else prior to this really played for the Lakers. Now, if I'm wrong, somebody fact check me, but I'm pretty sure not really.
No, you're 100%. That's true.
You know, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, Steve Ballmer's like, we need a win. And then you start getting, like, you know, Laker guys. And I kind of understand it to an extent, you know. I get it, you know. You feel like
you're comfortable in that court because you played in that court.
Right, you know what I mean? And obviously you being in LA, you've kind of firsthand felt the, you know, them kind of being hard in the paint and whatnot. You kind of felt it. So I kind of understand it a little bit, but this is just me, dog. Eventually, they're gonna have to eventually kind of knock out this whole you play for LA, stick in LA thing, because it hasn't worked out for them for the past few years. They've been plateaued, and like I said, I had them. They had a 2-year window, and the peak of their window was the bubble. Now, respectfully, they're not winning another championship. Period. There's just no unless someone here disagrees with me and sees a way they can do it. I don't mind hearing you out. You know, like I have no problem hearing you out and having a conversation and going from there. But in my opinion, bro, there's just I don't see it. They had their opportunity. Same thing with the Phoenix Suns. You guys had your opportunity, didn't capitalize, but there's some teams in the history of the NBA that just, no matter what, they just couldn't get a ring for one reason or another. And I think the Clippers are there. I think they hit their peak. It is what it is. I'm just gonna be here laughing because, you know, come the end of the season, me and my Celtics, I'm gonna be partying with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and you know what I mean. Me and I hope we're gonna be doing coke. So we just chilling right now.
Oh my god. There goes professional pride, everybody, right out the window.
Se fue.
No, but I
mean, hey, he kept it kind of sort of on the edge there. So we'll give. Got to cut some slack. Pride can't look. Pride's gonna have to acclimate. You can't just automatically be ready to go. Come on.
He didn't even cuss. He brought in a drug.
And think about it. I was nice to Russell Westbrook, and I supported him. I kind of had his back. Like, it's gonna fail on the Clippers, and this time he ain't gonna be the main problem. It's gonna be Paul George averaging 40 points on 53 shots. Like, that's really what it's gonna be.
So who's the host? Who's the host? Damn.
I'm saying, what are we doing?
What are we doing, Gonzo? Look, Gonzo over there, man, taking pain meds. Okay, he on about 3 or 4 different pills right now.
No, Jay, I'm just used to you taking over, so I just was waiting on you to talk.
That's true. But
God damn! Holy shit!
When there's no cowboy topics to talk about, Jay can't take over.
Hey, first of all, buzz cut. You relax.
It's not just Cowboys. It's any Texas team.
Listen, down. We are trying to keep it professional, and I'm just trying to be professional. Messing up my freaking mojo vibe.
AP says Westbrook should have went back to the Wizards. No, he shouldn't have. Look, here's my thing. If he had went back, he would have been an idiot. Because wasn't he like doo-dooing on the entire organization right before he left?
Pretty much.
He was like, "Hey, yo, Bradley Beal, come on, bro, dip with me." And then you're gonna go back. I don't know, man. That's just me, bro.
You should have just went to Chicago so that way Mike can shut the hell up.
Yeah, Bradley. Hey, but Bill was not gonna allow him to come back. That would have been horrible. That would have been horrible.
This is crazy, brother.
That's like Jay. That's like saying the Houston Rockets wouldn't allow John Wall to come back.
You know what? And the sad thing about it is like, where's John Wall at now? I'm pretty sure didn't the Rockets wind up
Houston.
buying him out, or is he still on their squad?
He's still on the roster.
still on the
They
squad.
didn't buy him out. They didn't buy him
I
out.
don't understand what they're doing there. That kind of perplexed me too. I don't. If they wanted to bring him on to make the deal work, that's fine. But why have they not bought him out and gotten rid of him or shipped him off wherever he needs to go? I don't understand.
It's the classic situation. Tell me you're not. Tell me you're tanking without telling me you're tanking.
I mean, bro. But like,
that's true.
I mean,
Maybe.
to an extent though, because like, I don't know. I mean, I get they're tanking. Don't get it twisted, but like, there's like what 3-4 guys that they're paying that's not playing, and they're paying them a good chunk of change. It's not like veteran minimums we're talking. They're paying. I think it's like over $100 million is allocated to 4 guys who don't play at all. That the Rockets literally said, "Go home."
I'm not tracking the other 3. I'm tracking Wall. Who's the other 3? I'm not tracking.
Yeah, I know. It's John Wall. I know Eric Gordon. They pulled him out of the rotation. Who else was it?
Well, Gordon's already been traded though. Gordon
Eric
went to, where the fuck did he go? I want to say he went to the Clippers.
Yeah. Eric Gordon got traded to the Clippers on trade deadline.
But the Rockets still got to pay it. The Rockets still got to pay
they're
his
still
salary.
paying him. Yeah, they're still paying.
Oh, that's crazy. I thought that was done.
Yeah, they're still paying a huge chunk of it because there was a Dustin. Correct me if I'm wrong. There was a deadline that if they didn't trade him by a certain deadline, like not the trade deadline, but in the contract, if they didn't trade him by a certain date, and then they trade him after it, they were still like they still had to pay. What was it like 60-70% of the of what was remaining?
Yeah,
it was something like that where whoever got him. They're getting him for dirt cheap, like barely over veteran minimum type stuff.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
So not only we had to pay that, but then we took John Wall and had to take back his crap.
That's your squad, bro. That's your squad.
Hey, listen, man. Look, all these look what the Yankees are doing. Don't even go there, Frank, because all of our squads are making moves that we don't quite understand. I mean, I don't.
Are we talking about baseball?
No, we're talking about squads though that just are making moves that we don't understand. I don't understand it. Financially, I don't understand it.
Try to pull an exit out over there.
I mean, I guess for Houston, I guess the only plus side is because they're expiring, it won't matter next year. So I guess that's kind of what makes me go, okay, cool, it is what it is type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even so, man, it's like, geez, man, like all that money, bro. Shoot.
Exactly, because that's money they could be putting elsewhere.
Yeah, bro, that's big money, bro.
Hey, Jay, if it makes you feel any better, the Houston Rockets are still paying Yao Ming.
Yo.
No, Dustin, it really doesn't make me feel better.
Bro, that's hilarious, bro. That's hilarious. Remember when Yao Ming got blocked? Remember when he got blocked by what's his kid's name? Nate Robinson, his midget self? And then he faked the eye injury. He was like, oh, my eye. I'm like, nah, fam, that was clean, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm like, come on. That joke was hilarious. My guy was like, oh, my eye. They replayed like 15 times. My guy pointing at his eye like, oh, yeah, I'm blind. And like the replay is like, bro, yeah, you're on something, friend. What a time to be alive, bro.
There's definitely some kind of time. I hope and pray that Houston does get Victor, because if they don't get Victor, man, it's just going to be rough sailing, I think. But
I mean, not necessarily though. Not
and
necessarily.
again, too, I'm not really buying a Paul Silas either. I mean, or is it not Paul Silas?
I do.
Steven Silas.
Yeah, I mean, I do like this draft class. I really do. So it's like I don't. Or at least the potential. Let me say the potential draftees, right? I do like a lot of them. So I don't. This is just me personally. Necessarily, I wouldn't really be like. I understand why people want Victor. I get it. Kid's a freak, right? He's a freak. You know, he's just like an athletic freak. So I get that, but I don't know, man. I just don't like how they're trying to act like, oh yeah, if you don't get Victor, then you're kind of screwed everywhere else. I don't. It's just me, but I don't know. I think.
I mean, I don't want to make it out like we're screwed. I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying that's like a generational type talent, from what I've seen of him so far, and the way LeBron describes him, he just sounds like a generational guy, and that's why I'm saying like we're screwed out of that. Not necessarily we can't go find a good player.
Now we listen to LeBron. That's crazy.
Come on. That's a whole different conversation. LeBron's a great player. I never said the man wasn't a great player. Hell, he didn't broke the damn scoring title.
Robert,
what's happening?
What do you do, baby?
How y'all feeling, man?
No. We're not feeling any kind of way. We're not getting baked. We're not getting drunk. We are a professional now organization. We are doing the upright. Even Pride is flying the straight and narrow, and so is Frankie. So that just kind of tells you the direction now of the new ASAP.
Well, Jay, thank you for putting our business out to the world.
Oh no, they already knew the business. Trust me. I promise you. Anybody that pays attention to this show, I didn't say nothing that people don't know. I promise.
What's going on, fellas?
I like the beard though. The under chin mount beard. It's looking pretty good.
Got to use your products.
Man, I got to put some product in mine right now. Mine's going left, right, up, and down. So yeah, I gotta put some product in it. Melanie wants me to take her on a date now. So
hey, there you go. I thought you said no drinking, Jay.
Oh no, this water.
Uh-huh.
Rob, my boy.
Pride, what's going on?
Every moment, bro.
I'm all good, man. How you feeling?
One of the few teams that did nothing during the trade deadline. The garbage epitome.
That's why the Bulls are 0-5 since the trade deadline, Pride.
Which honestly, here's the question. I have a genuine question for both of you guys.
Wait, hold on, Pride. You don't want to kick a man while he's down. You just want to stomp a mud hole in him.
I'm genuinely
I just want to correct that guy. Real quick. They did win one game against the Pacers before the All-Star break. Your stats are completely
wrong.
They
just showed it today, Frankie, that since the trade deadline the Bulls are 0-5.
They're on a 1-5. That's not.
They're on a 6-game losing streak right now. They're 0-5 since the trade deadline. They lost that game against the Pacers. They blew a 24-point lead in the first quarter and lost by 4 to the Pacers.
That was the second 20-point lead that they blew.
Tyrese Halliburton, I will say this forever. Tyrese Halliburton, his jump shot is so weird. But man, it's butter. So I ain't even gonna say but a word to him, boy.
Hey, if it works, don't fix it.
Facts. Rob and Dustin, here's the question I have for you guys.
Okay.
If you guys are running the Chicago Bulls,
mm-hmm.
do you guys just shrug your shoulders, say F it, and just demolish your roster next year?
Fuck Zach LaVine, fuck his bag, and fuck the shit that he's done to Chicago. Send that bitch back.
Hey.
Go professional. Professional language, please.
I am so beyond done with Zach LaVine. He freaking duped the Bulls into a supermax contract. He's got the lowest field goal percentage he's had since 2019. He's got the lowest three-point percentage he's had since 2016. Yes, the scoring is pretty much where it's been the last 3 years, but what does he bring to the table? Turnovers, lack of a basketball IQ, especially down the stretch when it matters most. And the team is suffering dramatically because they signed him to that supermax contract instead of building the team around DeMar DeRozan and adding the pieces they needed.
Preach on, Dustin. Preach on, Dustin.
Man, that was a mouthful.
These are coming from the same people who were super excited when Zach LaVine became a Bull.
I wasn't.
I was
not. I will say this. I was
never excited.
When I remember when it happened, Dustin was like, "Look, I gotta ride with him now because he's on my team," but he was not a fan of it.
No,
and Rob
I did not
was just like,
no, you know who's a fan of all this was Mike Hughes. Mike Hughes was right. This was the one who was last year.
Mike Hughes is the only one. Mike Hughes is one of the few people that wanted him signed to the supermax contract. I did it because I even said he wasn't worth supermax money. He never was, and he never will be.
This was last year before Lonzo Ball went down. Mike Hughes was telling you that the Bulls were the best thing since sliced bread, and nobody was going to take them out. And then Lonzo went down, and everything else followed.
See, and that's the biggest problem. If Lonzo doesn't go down, I have no problem giving Zach LaVine the supermax because when Lonzo was healthy, the team was the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. But you knew heading into the season that you were not going to have Lonzo Ball until the earliest in February, which now you're not going to have him at all. You needed to go get a point guard. You needed something that could.
At what point are we saying that Lonzo Ball's just done in the NBA?
I think he is done. I said that to Mike Hughes a while ago that I think Lonzo Ball's done.
Yo, y'all bugging.
He might not be done as a player, but he is done in Chicago.
I don't know about all that. Who's gonna
He's
take his contract?
He's missed 100 and what? He's missed 130 some games since he signed that contract in Chicago, and he's played 30.
The only thing that I think got
hold on,
that Lonzo,
you guys are acting like Chicago's telling him go play, and he's saying
no.
Chicago
doing the right thing. They telling him to sit down.
Yeah,
at some point you can't pay him. You can't pay him to sit there.
I think. It's a contract.
Contract guaranteed to where he's getting paid even though he's not playing, or is it like football where it's not guaranteed? So
it's a guaranteed contract, but he does have an injury clause in that contract where if the Bulls get rid of him because of an injury, they owe him something, but they don't owe him the full amount. So now it's getting to that point where he's missed his entire second year of the contract. He missed 60% of the first year of his contract. If we go into year 3 of this 4-year deal and he's not healthy at the beginning of the season, you strongly have to consider, if you're the Bulls, to just cut ties with him, cut him, pay him what you got to pay him, and then keep what you're going to keep and try to get a point guard or something for 1 or 2 years to run the offense. Because that's what's wrong with Chicago. They don't have any continuity on offense because it's all isolation ball because they don't have a point guard.
Oh man,
I think the only thing that is going on Lonzo's side though, his game is not predicated on athleticism. So I think he can come back and still make an impact, whether that's with the Bulls or not.
Right.
That's yet to be seen. But he can come back and still be a great player in the league.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, again, like how Chicago has him. If you have to build around Lonzo and Lonzo was like your number 1 guy, then yes. But the reality is like Lonzo is like I don't want to be rude and call him a role player, but he's a role player.
He is a role player.
He's a role player. Like
he's not like his brother.
Right. Like,
LaMelo was the best ball. I'm sorry.
Well, of course he is.
Anyways. The only thing he brings to the table is quote unquote scoring. My guy can't even shoot over 45%. I might waste my time with him. I'm not wasting my time with this.
But let me tell you this about the Bulls, though, Pride. Let me tell you about the Bulls, though. The thing that concerns me about the Bulls is you've already paid Zach LaVine his money. We just talked about we don't know whether Lonzo Ball will continue to be a Chicago Bull in the future. And unfortunately, DeRozan has lost a step. And that concerns me going into next season. Will he lose another step? So now, if you're the Bulls organization, you like, do I rebuild? Do I just cut my losses and start rebuilding?
I think at this point, if you're the Bulls, you have to get rid of DeRozan next year. You have to get rid of LaVine next year. And honestly, you have to extend Vucevic. Because Vucevic has been the most consistent player on that team all season. He's been averaging 15 and 13 pretty much all year. And when Zach LaVine struggles, Vucevic steps up. When DeRozan struggles, Vucevic steps up. He's the only one on that team right now that is actually worth an extension right now.
You know, the one letter that's not in Vucevic's name is D. No homo.
I mean, Paul, yeah, 100%. But here's my thing, like, and I'm not even trying to be like. The thing is, if there's no
point if you say that it makes it homo.
I don't think you should really extend Vooch.
No, you have to pause everything, Jay. Everything gets a pause.
Because my thing is, if you're gonna trade DeMar and LaVine,
something wrong.
Why keep Vooch? At that point, you might as well get rid of it. And don't get it twisted. I understand what you're saying about his consistency, and I don't get it twisted. I do like that, but at some point, you're just gonna have to shrug your shoulders, get rid of everyone, and just start taking a look at your younger talent.
You know what would be funny is they give him that contract that guy wants them to give him, and then he just shits the bed.
I don't want Vucevic to get a max contract because he's not going to get a max at this point in his deal. But you can give him a 3-year, $60 million extension. You can move him to the 4. You trade DeRozan, you move Patrick Williams from the 4 to the 3, and then you can kind of build your roster around that because that's the biggest problem the Bulls have right now. They don't have a true number 5. They don't have a number 4 because your number 3 is playing the number 4 because you go with a 3-guard offense. Patrick Williams needs to go to the number 3. Vucevic needs to go to the number 4, and they need to get 2 guards.
I would never in my life put Patrick Williams as the small forward.
He's a 6'7" power forward, Rob.
Yeah.
He's getting owned by guys that are 6'9", 6'10".
Yeah, and he's gonna get beat to the rim by guys that are 6'7" and lower. Like
no, he's a great defender, guys.
He's all right. He's all right. Am I gonna put Patrick against the Giannis's and the LeBrons and
Giannis
the
is a power forward.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Patrick Williams has to guard him now.
Let's keep it a beat out here, yo. Giannis is a 4 that they moved up to the 3.
Yeah,
which is why Patrick Williams has to guard him because Vucevic is too slow to guard Giannis. DeMar DeRozan is too small to guard Giannis. The only one that even has a chance is Patrick Williams.
I'm not betting my future on Patrick Williams. I'm just not gonna do it.
No, don't get it twisted around. We're not telling you to put your like to mortgage your future on him.
Because I almost want to get rid of him too.
Why?
He's the only outside of Vucevic. He's been the only consistent. Outside of Vucevic this year, he's been the only consistent player.
This dude can't rebound the ball.
Yes, he can.
No, he can't. Man, he went through like a 20-game stretch when he was like under
points per game.
He went through like a 20-game stretch when he was like under 10 rebounds.
Okay, he's not supposed to get 10 rebounds, Rob.
Yes,
He brought in to get you 10 rebounds.
If I'm putting him at the 4, I need 7 to 10 rebounds. I need 7 to 10 rebounds. I'm not making no excuses for Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams is garbage.
Rob.
That's the Bulls' biggest issue, Rob. They're putting him at the 4 when he's not a number 4.
And you're going to put him at the 3 and he's going to get you're going to put him at the 3 and he's going to get smoked.
No,
he was brought in to give you 5 to 7 rebounds. That's what he's doing.
Smoked on a nightly basis.
No, he won't.
Unless you playing like Indiana or Sacramento.
No, he will not get smoked as the number 3. That is the position he played in college. He was a number 3 in college, and he was the second highest.
As I recall in college, didn't he come off the bench?
And that's where he should be right now. He shouldn't be a starting number 4 in that lineup. Andre Drummond should be the number 4 in that lineup right now.
And here's my thing, Dustin. He shouldn't be a 4, period.
He should be a number 3.
I'm coming from. He's a 3. And the thing is, because you're saying he can't guard Giannis and he can't guard LeBron. Well, Giannis is a 4. Or Luka. Luka's the point guard, so what are we doing here?
Luka's a 3. He's the point forward.
They put him at the guard position.
He's the point forward.
Right, but they put him at the guard position, so he doesn't really guard him.
Yeah, but you still going to have to put Patrick Williams on him because you can't put no regular point guard on Luka.
But the mistake you're making, let me ask you a question. Here's the mistake you're making. You name me someone who can guard Giannis.
Nobody.
One-on-one, I'm talking. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. You name me another person who can guard LeGoat James. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. You name me another person who can guard Luka Magic.
It doesn't matter where you put Patrick Williams. He's going to get owned by any of those guys, just like everybody in the league is going to get owned by him.
So are you going to start Patrick Williams?
I would start Patrick Williams at the 3, not at the 4. If your idea is to start him at the 4, you put Patrick Williams on the bench, you start Andre Drummond as the 4, you keep Vucevic as the 5, and then you rotate Patrick Williams and DeMar DeRozan at the 3. But if you want to move Patrick Williams to the 3, which is the position he played in college, then you can start him because he's going to be going against guys that are a similar size to him. He's going against guys that have a similar skill set to him. And if you put him at the number 3, he's going to have better numbers than what he has now. That's part of the reason why he can't score consistently, because he's going up against guys that are 3 to 5 inches taller than him and 50 pounds more than him on a given night.
Then you should kill him. He should just outspeed him.
They outmuscle him in the paint because he doesn't have the size to post them up. They have longer length than him in the.
He don't have to post them up. He can face them up.
And they still have longer arms than him, like Giannis, which is why he has a tough time shooting over Giannis. He has a tough time shooting over Durant.
I'm sorry. We just got to agree to disagree.
It's so amazing.
Patrick Williams is garbage.
No, he's not. Rob. He's
not. I will say that he's not worth the number 4 pick, which it is what it is. But he still has the highest points per game he's averaged in his NBA career this year. He's averaging the most rebounds he's ever averaged.
Ain't nobody there.
And he's averaging the most assists that he's ever averaged.
Ain't nobody there.
He's not playing that bad.
Ain't nobody there.
It doesn't matter.
So many people in and out of the lineup with the Chicago Bulls.
He's still not playing that bad.
I could probably go and get my highest point per average right now with the Bulls.
You guys are forgetting, Rob's about Dub Nation.
He's still not playing that bad. He's been playing the most consistent of any Bulls player not named Vucevic. Yes, it's not what a number 4 pick should be doing, but the Bulls did reach when they got him. They banked on his potential when they drafted him. The potential hasn't been there. But
Rob, Rob, you can't say they banked wrong when we're talking about a potential game and the kid is still in his rookie contract. Like, come on, bro. Like honestly,
Pride, you gotta stop giving everybody a chance, bro.
No.
You were just screaming this about Ben Simmons. You were just screaming this about Ben Simmons, and like Ben Simmons is showing you, he really is trash.
Gave me enough time. I've seen it with Ben Simmons. I gave him enough time. I gave an opportunity. Yes, now I can comfortably say
that's true. Because Pride was working with Ben Simmons.
Yeah, I always want to give somebody the benefit of the doubt. Pride, stop being the cap to save a player.
Pride, I want to make one more point.
Hold on, no, Rob, because the mistake. This is the problem you're making. You're spoiled because what you're doing, you're looking at Luka. You're looking at Ja, and you're looking at these guys who literally the first year came and became phenomenal. And you're trying to pretend, oh, yeah, well, this is how it is. No, it's not. Most of your career is like a Giannis, where you come in unknown and you work your way up. Like a Reggie Miller, who came in and wasn't the same player and had to work his way through. Like a Jordan, who knew I can't make it in the league, so I'm going to stay in college a little more. So when he came in the league,
like a Kevin Durant. Like a Kevin Durant, who came in
Rob. Rob, at some point.
Hey, anytime Pride can throw a shot at Michael Jordan, oh my God.
Rob, at some point, though, Rob.
I'm just saying, he understood and said, I need more time.
Oh, I didn't shake my head on that one.
And look at, shake your head. I don't care, Jake. Shake your head. Shake your head at me saying the earth is round. So shut up. I don't care. As I was saying,
God, that was funny. That was funny, Pride.
You're literally trying to go and say, oh, Patrick Williams is not out here being an all-star MVP candidate. We gotta get rid of him. No,
Rob, being a good
Rob, at some point, Rob, you have to blame the Chicago Bulls player development system. Look at what Lauri Markkanen has done since he's left Chicago. If he would have did that in Chicago, Markkanen would have been signed to a freaking supermax over Zach LaVine. Look at what Wendell Carter Jr. is doing in Orlando. If he would have did that in Orlando, they would have never. Or if he would have did that in Chicago, they would have never traded him for Vucevic.
That's a great point.
You have to stop blaming the players for their production and start looking at the Bulls' developmental system.
That's a great point because I've talked about that all the time. It's like every time somebody leaves the Chicago Bulls, they go crazy. You look at the Jamal Crawfords of the world. You look at the Ron Artest of the world. Oh, my God.
That's why I'm not giving up on Patrick Williams, because I'm not blaming him for his production. I'm blaming him for the player development. I'm not blaming him. He's only been able to do what the player development has been able to do with him. And you can look at Markkanen, Wendell Carter, and all the recent first-round picks that the Bulls have traded away as a testament to that.
I will agree with that. Bulls player development, it sucks. It's just trash.
That's
and then we gotta watch players like Lauri Markkanen like actually thrive.
And you can look at Jimmy Butler too. Look at how long it took Jimmy Butler to start becoming a great player, and then the Bulls trade him when he starts to get to that level. But it still took him 5 years to start averaging consistently 20 points per game, and then the moment he leaves, he's averaging 25 to 26 a game. That's on the Bulls player development for not untapping what Jimmy Butler could do 3 years before he hit that level.
It's like either they don't develop you or they run you into the ground.
And now you have to look at Dalen Terry right now, for example. Dalen Terry's been playing
I'm nervous for him.
But guess what? He's seen 102 minutes all season? How are you going to develop as a player if they're not letting you play?
I agree with that.
So if you agree with that, you agree with the fact that you should probably give Patrick Williams more time, considering that they literally have him at the wrong position because they have nobody else.
Respectfully, asterisk, Patrick Williams.
That's wild.
Markkanen was their number 4. And even do you remember when Patrick Williams was drafted, Rob, what position was he playing?
You say what now?
When Patrick Williams was drafted, what position was he playing?
You just told us, the small forward.
Exactly, because Markkanen was the number 4. The moment they traded Markkanen, they moved Williams to the 4 because they also traded Carter Jr. the same year for Vucevic. So Williams has been out of position every single year besides his rookie year.
Every single year.
Okay.
You guys
Well,
at the
you know
post
what?
ad,
I
and
want to see them put him at the 3, and then once he still sucks, we'll come back to this conversation.
He doesn't.
Oh, he sucks, Pride.
And this is Pride.
I'm sorry.
Pride
Because what Rob is doing right now, this is what's really killing me. This is what's really killing me. If he's not an all-star, MVP candidate,
No, it's not that.
30,
He's not even a good role player, dude.
Yeah,
he's smoking herbs that.
What game have y'all been watching?
He's better than Kobe White, and Kobe White is considered one of the better role players in the NBA right now, and he's got better numbers than Kobe White.
Who said that?
A lot of people, considering how he's in the top 5 in bench scoring.
That's the reason why Charles Barkley said there's no experts but God.
He's a top 5.
If you think Kobe White is one of the better role players in the NBA, you clearly don't watch the NBA.
He's a top 5. He's a top 5 bench scorer, and yet people are saying
he's a shooter that can't knock down shots consistently.
That's why he's shooting 38%.
And your only job they made your job easier. They literally came and told Kobe White, all we want you to do is score now. That's it. You don't have to worry about nothing else.
3-point percentage, Rob?
Hold on, real quick, Dustin. Before you say that, Rob, what was the problem last year with Kobe White? Dustin, you can attest to this. They
asked him to do too much.
A point guard.
Yeah, they asked him to do too much.
Hold on. They asked him to be a point guard, and he was boo-boo because he couldn't do it, right? Yeah. This year, what did they ask him to do?
Just score.
And what is he doing?
He looks great. What is he doing?
He's averaging the most points in his NBA career. He's got the highest 3-point percentage in his NBA career.
That's why you can't just look at numbers and just start spitting numbers. You have to go watch the game. He's inconsistent as hell. Kobe White is inconsistent as hell.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. I won't even put Kobe White on my ticket on FanDuel, dude.
And that's fine
because of his inconsistency.
And that's fine. You'll lose money because this year he's been legitimate.
All right, Pride.
He's been legitimate coming off the bench.
Hey, Pride. At least Tatum won the All-Star MVP last night. Shout out to you.
That's my boy right there, bro. That's my boy. But no, don't try to change the conversation because I'm gonna.
No, I don't even want to talk. I don't even want to talk about the Bulls no more. I don't want to talk about them no more.
He's hot. He hot. He like, yo, this is a cesspool franchise. I don't want to talk about it no more. He hot. He like, I hate this franchise.
I do. Chicago makes it really hard to be a fan of any of their sports teams.
Golly.
What can the NBA do to get the All-Star game better again?
Get rid of it.
No, smoking.
Get rid of it.
No, I wouldn't get rid of it, but I wouldn't get rid of it, but you would have to talk to the players and say, hey, we got to get back to some form of competitive nature when it comes to.
And they won't because they don't want to get hurt.
They're going to get hurt just playing around anyway.
Unless you're going to do the All-Star game at the end of the season like they do with the Pro Bowl, that's the only way they would take it serious.
And I won't lie. I don't agree with this man often. But Stephen A. made a great point. The thing is, when you see it, it's different if you never play hard any other time but an NBA game. But when you see these dudes in the Drew Leagues, when you see these dudes playing in the summer at the gym, they do play harder than what they played yesterday.
Way too hard.
And that's what I'm saying. They show competitive nature when they want to. So that's we just got to get back to the want to. Maybe incentivize it better. Maybe, make it worthwhile to say, hey, because yesterday, and I don't want to just doodle all over Tatum's MVP, but I mean, nobody was playing defense.
It's not about doodling on it. It's just, to me, it's not legitimate because nobody's playing defense.
Nobody played defense. I mean, even back in the day, when it got to the fourth quarter, you will see teams kind of ramp it up, players kind of ramp it up. Like yesterday was a complete, we don't care, we're here, in Utah. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the atmosphere. I don't know what it was, but yesterday that was probably the weakest All-Star game I've ever seen in my life. From an NBA standpoint.
Hey, I just did. Hey, when Giannis went there and got that one easy layup that nobody gave a damn about, and then he did that bullshit foul so he could go sit on the bench. I told my wife, I said, "Yep, this game's gonna suck."
No, well, Jay, I'm used to that. Like first quarter, second quarter, I'm used to people just letting people breeze by. But when we start getting to third quarter, fourth quarter, and I know we'll never recapture that magic that we had when they first, when Kobe first passed away and they first, made the rules based off him and his numbers, you know what I mean? But still, it's like, come on, man, we can be a little bit competitive. Like, it should be something inside you that says, I'm about to go out here and kill. Like, these are literally the best players in the world. Like, that's how you can look at the All-Star team. These are the best players in the world. Like, I'm about to go out here and murder somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to have that philosophy. Like, somebody finna get these buckets. Somebody about to get these buckets.
Well, the only one I saw do a measure of defense was when Tatum and Jaylen Brown were going at it. That was the only time I saw even a semblance of an actual game. And then it was,
and that was beautiful to see. I want to see the. Hey, Pride, I'm actually giving your team some credit, and you don't even want to let me get that off. That's messed up.
Nah, because I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to plant seeds of dissent between
No. Actually, I was about to say it was beautiful to see because people like myself thought that they couldn't play together. So to see those guys having that camaraderie and that competitive drive against each other is only going to make the Boston Celtics better.
Okay. I apologize. I thought you were going to try to play some seeds of dissent. Be like, oh, you saw how they played against each other? Yeah, they want to be traded. Like,
No. Jason Tatum, to me, kind of ended that when they asked him who his favorite player was in the NBA, and he listed his teammates, mentioning Jaylen Brown first.
Mm-hmm.
They said, who's your favorite player in the NBA? He said, JB, Marcus Smart, Al Horford. Like, he started naming Boston Celtics. And I looked at Tatum from that day going forward saying, now that's how I want my leader to talk about the team.
And the thing is like, he means that joint too. You feel me? He means that joint too. Like, he don't, like, there's been many times when Jason Tatum on the court will honestly just sit in a corner. If Marcus Smart is hot, he'll sit in the corner. He won't even care. He'll be like, I'm good. I'm vibing. I'm chilling off in the corner. Do as y'all want. Like, he bro, honestly, we winning this year. And when we win this year, I won't gloat.
I'm not going that far, but
we will. Call me John Morant, bro. No one in the West scare me. I'm good. I'm good with the West.
You saw what happened to John after he made that statement, right?
But you want to know what the difference is?
Rob, the difference is that your Golden State Warriors or your Chicago Bulls ain't doing shit in the playoffs this year, so you can have an early winter time.
Go ahead, Dustin. I love when people count the Warriors out. That's what everybody did last year, ain't they?
I didn't count them out last year.
And that's what they did last year.
But the Warriors are much further down the rankings and not as.
That's good, Jay. I mean, we got everybody right where we want them. We got everybody right where we want them. Did we just get Gary Payton Jr. back? Yes, Lord.
Man, you got Gary Payton Jr. that's spelling his physical. He can't pass it. I mean, does that really Gary Payton II?
Doesn't he have a bum knee?
Yeah, he's failing his physical.
I think it's his abdomen.
I think it's his vagina, but we're not going to talk about that.
Why are you a hater? You're a hater.
Damn.
Hater.
Yo, Dustin, what you been on?
Dustin, use a professional term. So
for the last time, Dustin, we are a new professional network. Watch the language. If you do it again, I'm kicking you out. You understand, sir? Do you understand?
You know it's bad when Frankie is giving people etiquette on how to act on shows.
I never thought I'd see the day. This is some kind of microcosm optimal universe that I never thought I would see.
Well, guess what? Since I didn't
place my bet now because I just saw a pig fly.
Since I didn't get the memo that we're a new network or whatever, I will remove myself from your show, and then you don't have to send me invites anymore.
Oh, whoa!
He got mad. So, okay.
I'll talk to him later. Okay. I missed it because I'm playing Call of Duty. I'm playing Call of Duty.
Evan Jr. He just turned into Evan Jr.? Is that what happened?
I'll talk
to him. I'll
figure out what happened because that really got me. Wow. I'm confused. My head hurts. I'll talk to him in a bit.
Listen, there is seriously a solid moon outside, and I think this is some. We're in weird dark times.
Hold on, tell me. Don't you live in like Georgia? How's it night out there? How's it?
No. You can still see the moon in daylight.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying, somewhere there's a moon.
I'm like, it's night. Where am I? Damn, I really had a moment.
Hey, all I'm saying is, somewhere in this world there is a full moon out, and Dustin's picking it up.
Well, I just want to say, for him to sit there and say he didn't get the memo is actually ridiculous, because Jay sent the memo out on all groups, and he's in every single group chat, so he should have got the memo. Stop being a fucking crybaby. Excuse my language.
Hey, you cannot say that.
No, I'm starting to hate that. No, I'm really starting. It's really starting to be my pet peeve. Like, legit. Like, it's starting to get me tight. Like, don't sit there saying, "Oh, I didn't get the memo." You're in the group chats. How did you not get the memo?
What is happening? Where have I been?
Hey, listen, I don't know, man. Hey, listen, I don't know. Listen, hey, Rob Scott. I don't know if it's you or if it's me, but I feel like maybe I poured the Jack too much in my cup because I'm hallucinating right now.
Fam, I thought I was being toxic to Rob, because I'm like, it's been a minute since I've been over the top toxic to him. So I was like, let me be mean to Rob for a little bit.
I love your toxicity.
Yeah, that's why I give it to you. Because I know you like it, right? But I look away, I come back, and all of a sudden, there's like a whole other plot line going on, and I'm just confused.
All I know is when I see.
Honestly, all Frankie said was, "Watch your language. I'm gonna kick you out." And he didn't even say it like in a mean way. I think Frankie was joking when he's like, "I'll kick you out," and like he took that to heart. He really did.
And that's not like Dustin. Dustin doesn't typically take things like that to heart.
Dustin, we love you, stat guy. We love you, stat guy.
Yeah, bro, come back.
He's been a little wound up, because remember last week he got on Nate a little bit, which was out of character of him. So I don't know. Maybe he has some stuff going on.
You know what we need to plan? You ever heard of those little breakable rooms? Like, you can just break glass and stuff like that. Those little what they call them, stress reliever rooms. We need to all go there. Let's just go break some stuff.
Listen, either that or can we get a group marijuana feed where we just pass marijuana to everybody and say, before you come on the show, you gotta take
because we don't control drugs in this new network, Jay.
That's not true. Marijuana is legal in certain states.
Do you want to get kicked out?
You can't tell me that J-Ness won't get a commercial.
We're not talking about this. We're not talking about this under the new network of ASAP. Do you want to get kicked out, sir? Take Jamal out of your mouth and bring me back Jay McLovin.
Right?
But back to topic. Come on. I would like my co-host Chris Gonzalez. Please continue on with the show, bro.
And action.
I see you in the comments. Bring your butt back on the dang show. Let's stop being immature.
Brother.
Let's get back on the show. Come on, Dustin. Bring yourself back.
Dog.
Jeez.
It's not about checking your messages 24/7, Dustin.
Hey.
It really
promote positivity today. Everybody promote positivity.
What did I just say that was negative? I just said I didn't say you have to check your messages 24/7.
How about this? We will have a conversation about this afterwards, okay?
Offline.
We will have a
conversation. Then you can drop all the F-bombs you want.
We'll speak our piece. We'll say what we want.
You don't want me to, because I'm going to be dropping N-bombs, and I know how that be.
Zoink, Scooby. Roll, Raggy. I told you that one.
There. Jay McLovin is back. No more Jamal. But I do want people to know that even though Jay McLovin is back, my inner Jamal and my need to identify as an African American is still very much alive.
Okay.
Jay, I don't think you can be seen as an African American even if you try, but I love you, man.
I blend, Rob Scott. I blend pretty well in most urban cultural neighborhoods, for lack of better words.
I don't think it's blending. Like I told you before, in the black neighborhood, we see a white person. It's like, hey, white person.
I'm playing Warzone 2.
In a white neighborhood, we see a black person. They say, I don't think you belong around these parts.
You love me. I embraced the term saltine with every inch of my being.
Oh my God! Can we get back on topic here with sports?
Hey,
Chris, can you please bring up a topic?
Who do you guys have? Who's the favorites to make the NBA Finals now that we're starting the second half of the NBA season?
Denver
listen, this is just me respectfully.
I
I think
needed this
Boston. We destroy the East. I don't even think it's close. Respectfully, like I think I think the hardest we'll have is the Bucks, and we beat them in 5. I don't think we will let everyone have a game like game. We'll let game 3 in their house be their game because we want to end it, in the TD Garden. So we'll be nice.
Hey, I want to ask that guy a question. Hold on, I'm going to ask that guy a question.
No. Chris asked the question, so I'm going to continue on.
I thought you were done. You've been talking for like an hour. Damn.
Coming from you, you literally bring the same question every single day and somehow still make no points. I don't want to hear shit from you. As I was saying, bro, so brutally interrupted for the second goddamn time.
No. We are not kicking Stag out and not kicking out.
Who kicked him out?
Nobody kicked anybody out.
He will learn.
Fuck out of here. Who will learn? Boo. He's still talking like he's the show. Boo. Get out of here.
This show has went off the rails very quickly.
I don't care. I try to be professional.
Jay don't even know he's out. He's still talking.
Anyway. We won with a carry, boys. My bad. I got hot. I got carried. But
Anyway.
In terms of the West, I don't think anyone comes out. The Nuggets, I guess.
He said, I guess.
No, the West is hard, man. The West is hard.
How about that late show?
Can I just say that I found that the 2 people that were kicked out of the show were white?
You mean 3 because you kicked me out, you racist guy. Yeah, play with me now if you want to. Play with me now if you want to. Hold on. Where is it?
And Jay, Dustin didn't get kicked out. He left.
Oh, we're all canceled. Shit.
Talking about the 2 white guys got kicked out.
Well, technically, I'm identified as black, but you just told me I can't identify, so I have to go back to default.
Dustin's not even white. If anything, he's like more Hispanic. He goes to all Hispanic sports.
Can somebody please tell me? Okay, I don't think anybody here is going to say that the Celtics aren't the best team in the East. But who do you think is going to challenge that said Celtics team out of the West? Is it going to be the Nuggets? Will it be the new revamped Kevin Durant Suns? Who's going to take it?
No.
I got Warriors and Phoenix as my top 2 teams to come out the West.
I'm sorry, 1,000, so it's my nuts.
I got Phoenix and the Warriors to be my top 2 teams to come out the West.
I mean, I'm not going to deny the Phoenix. And, hey, Golden State's still Golden State. But I don't know, man. I think we're looking past Denver. Denver always gets overlooked.
Denver makes you overlook them because they always so good, but they never make it to the finals.
But they've been hurt. Previously, they've been hurt. And I think Kevin Porter's there.
Oh, my God. They wasn't hurt last year.
Michael Porter, I'm sorry.
When we going to stop making excuses for this team?
Jay, remember the bubble. The bubble, they weren't hurt.
That's true. Stop making excuses for them. Jokic is a 2-time MVP and he never been to the finals. Possibly about to be 2-time MVP.
Can get there by themselves, though.
If he doesn't, he got a team, bro.
You know what I think holds back Denver? Denver's very good, but it sucks because come the playoffs, you gotta flip that switch and be very great.
Well, and that's a good point.
I think they're very good. Where it sucks to say, and I think it might be a little disrespectful, but they're just like another version of the Mavs. They're a very good team. You can count on them to make the playoffs, but in the playoffs, you're kind of like,
they're not gonna make no noise. I mean, this is the same team when they was in the bubble. They came back from 2. What they did it 3-1 leads.
Yep, they came back from 3-1 twice.
We can't keep making excuses. Now I can give him the 1 year that he didn't have Jamal Murray and MPJ. I can give you that 1 year. He had them last year.
Luka was kind of brought up. We know Kyrie is there and he's a free agent come next season. If they don't make it high in the playoffs, does Kyrie bolt next season?
No, Kyrie's gonna give him 1 year. He's gonna give him 1 more year. I think Kyrie likes Mark Cuban. And I think Mark Cuban is going to treat Kyrie right, and that's going to keep Kyrie's interest there. But I mean, if you're a basketball head, unless Luka finds a way to play off the ball tomorrow, both of them can't have the ball in their hand. I just don't know how that works.
Rob, could the Brooklyn Nets got more out of Kyrie, you think, if they would have coddled him more or, kind of catered to him more? Could they have?
No, Brooklyn Nets would have got more out of Kyrie if COVID never happened.
No. I say this, and I say this because I genuinely mean it. Kyrie Irving, I'm not even trying to be rude. I'm really not. But Kyrie, he will always find a reason to be miserable. He will always find a reason to want out. Won a championship with LeBron, got mad because it wasn't his team, when the reality is, Kyrie, you're not even close to LeBron's level.
Thank you, Pride. Please,
Respectfully.
Pride. I want to say thank you. Even though Connecticut still sucks, Pride. Connecticut will always suck. But
Jay,
I just want to thank you. No, I want to thank you though, because I was literally having this argument with my boys, and they was like, "Yeah, Kyrie won LeBron the ring," and I'm like, "What series did y'all watch?"
No,
I said, "What series did y'all watch?"
They're smoking, but that's definitely not the case.
I said, "Now Kyrie helped." I'm not saying that Kyrie was like he wasn't like he was Robin still LeBron's Batman.
Rob, I bet you they say that, Rob, because Kyrie Irving hit that last 3-pointer for that series.
Yeah, they do.
That's
And I'm like,
they say
did you watch Game 6 when they both scored 41? Are you?
Kyrie looks like without LeBron. He hasn't been able to go anywhere else and be a leader.
Thank you.
And here's my thing with that. And again, like in terms of playing, I do like Kyrie. I do like him. It's okay to like Kyrie and understand his flaws because he's made the playoffs 4 times in his career. 3 times with the LeBron. The other time he made the playoffs was with the Celtics, and the Celtics played better without him. Let that sink in. He was with LeBron, won a championship, got miserable because he thought it was all about me. But the reality is no, it wasn't. He got mad, threatened surgery, wanted to get traded. Got traded to the Boston Celtics, which is honestly the best situation could have been outside of Cleveland. Got butthurt because Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and the entire roster was ascending. Got butthurt because he realized he wasn't needed. Goes over to Brooklyn. Obviously, the entire thing with COVID happened. But at the same time, he gets there, wants to try to act like he's a super duper star. But the reality of the situation, he's not. And I feel bad for him. I really do. I feel bad for him.
He's a Robin that wants to be Batman, but always going to be a Robin.
And the thing is, he wants to be, but the sad part about it is since he's not a Batman, he wants to desperately try to be one. He just doesn't have the skill set and the leadership. And it's okay. That's not a bad thing. CJ McCollum, he's not a Batman. But man, my man hooping, and everyone gives him his flowers. Like, it's this thing where Kyrie Irving just, if everything... See, people want to talk about how LeBron wants it on a silver platter. Let me introduce you to Kyrie Irving. Because if you so much as look at Kyrie Irving the wrong way, he's immediately like, oh, I want out. It happened with Cleveland, happened in Boston, happened in Brooklyn. He's gonna leave the Mavs. He's gonna go elsewhere. Same thing is gonna happen. Right now he's left 3 places. 3. At what point do you not look at Kyrie Irving? And again, I'm not even just saying because of the COVID thing. Because when he left the Cavaliers, that wasn't because of COVID. When he left the Celtics,
Pride, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Is leadership the quality that he's lacking that keeps him from being Batman?
No. I think that's one of them. I really do. But for me, this is what I genuinely believe is the problem with Kyrie. Not only is there a lack of leadership, but there's also a lack, and bear with me when I say this, a lack of skills. And what I mean by that is, offensively, he's a wizard, and I will never take that from him. And when it comes to offensively, it's really just scoring the ball. But when he scores the ball, he doesn't do it at this elite, high-tier level where you look at him and go, man, he's one of the best scorers in the history of the game. So his scoring isn't that high. He doesn't assist the ball that well. He doesn't rebound the ball that well. He doesn't run the floor that well. So it's kind of a situation where it's like, it's this thing where it's like you want to desperately like Kyrie, you really do. But when you have a guy who his first, second, and third skill is scoring the ball, but he doesn't do it at this phenomenal all elite level. A guy who every single time the ball, the going gets tough. He's like me in my relationship. The ball gets things get tough. I leave. I can't do it. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go some air.
I might not leave, but I go in the front room and sit on that couch though.
Why do we care so much about a guy that's not a 5-tool guy and he's a head case? Why do we care so damn much?
I think Kyrie Irving has a hard time being the second guy. Because if you remember when he was at Duke University, he was Batman. And everybody at Duke University revolved around him. The moment Cleveland drafted him number 1 overall, he was Batman. Everybody else revolved around him. The moment Cleveland got LeBron James, he went from being Batman to Robin. And every team that he's been with since, he's been a Robin. And I think he just has a hard time realizing that he's no longer going to be a Batman no matter where he goes.
But that was a Batman in college. He's never been Batman.
He was good. He was good as a rookie in Cleveland.
Yeah, but that's because they had no other option but to make him Batman. He was the best person there. Batman, though. Hey, look at it. Hey, look at it from this standpoint. I'm about to hit you with my nerdum. No. Robin was the leader of the Teen Titans. He just was never the leader when it came to Batman. See, Kyrie is Robin in the Teen Titans. No, like, yeah, you can lead this kitty team. No, you can lead the Cleveland Cavaliers that have no expectations of going anywhere. But when LeBron get there, guess what? You now have expectations now. When you're playing with Kevin Durant, guess what? You now have expectations now. And unfortunately, even though we know that it won't work, he's playing with Luka. He has expectations now.
But, I mean, to be fair, he's had expectations his entire career post-LeBron. Like, during and post-LeBron, he's always had expectations.
I don't think nobody in Boston thought the Chiefs was really going to win the ring with Kyrie.
Brother, dog, everyone thought that he was going to lead the Boston Celtics to a championship. I swear to God.
I feel sorry for the Boston organization.
I feel sorry for them, too.
I don't feel sorry for them because they got more rings than the Bulls do the last 20 years.
They got more rings than a lot of people do in the last 20 years.
I don't feel sorry for the Boston organization.
Will Kyrie sign with the Mavs after this season?
I think so.
This is one thing y'all not talking about, the new revamped Lakers. And I think this Lakers team has a chance to make it to the playoffs. I really do.
No.
I think they make the playoffs. I just don't think they go deep.
No.
Because OKC just jumped into the number 10 spot.
I still think they're a play-in team at best.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think I got them as a play-in team, but that's about as far.
And if it is, the reason is because they made the trade so late.
I think
with Westbrook gone, and I don't want to dog Westbrook out, but he was in the way. And now you got players that can knock down threes.
Rob, his being in the way was no more in the way than the best availability is availability, and AD's never available. I think he's just as much the way as anybody else because he's just always hurt.
Yeah, AD, they should put a sticker on him that says fragile.
Yeah, jeez.
Handle with care.
That's why I just don't have him going far. I just don't think AD is going to stay on the court the whole time. Which is fine because I really don't give it. I hate the Lakers.
You know what? It's messed up when a 38-year-old is more available than you are on the basketball court.
Say it with your chest, Rob. Because that's the truth.
Hey, I'm just speaking facts.
No, I agree. Let me ask you this. Wiseman goes to Detroit. Can he ever resurrect that career? Is he just going to be a pass-around guy?
Wiseman is I don't know. I don't think he'll ever live up to expectations.
Who? I missed it. What I missed?
No, I was just asking, do you think
James Wiseman to
resurrect his career?
I think so. But, we need to have legitimate expectations for him. Because what people are doing, they're making a mistake. What they're trying to do is, and I'm not saying you're doing this, Rob, or anyone else saying he won't reach those positions. I'm not saying you guys are doing this. But what a lot of people are doing is saying, oh, had they not gotten him and gotten, let's say, a LaMelo Ball, they would have been in a better spot. I mean this with the highest amount of disrespect possible. The highest amount of disrespect one could possibly give. If that got LaMelo Ball, this is a playing team. Let's just be honest. LaMelo brings nothing. What they really needed was basically a youngster to provide something opposite of Draymond Green. And he can do that.
You think
I'm not telling you this kid's going to be an all-star. But this kid definitely could give them something, make them be comfortable, provide them a young counterpart to Draymond.
Yep. And
if he does that, this team will be solid.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So
I agree.
I'm not saying
I will agree with you to this point. I think they placed too much on him so quickly because they kept saying he was the missing piece for Golden State. He's the missing big that they need. And I think that's hard to live up, especially coming out of college. And now you're on this team where you're expected to be this big dog, to be this center that they've been missing. And I just think the pressure got to him, and then you got to look at it. When you're that big and that tall, you're going to have problems with your lower extremities. It's just all that jumping up and down on the court. It's just going to happen.
So you want to know why? Because I got my ring. That's why I got my ring on my here.
I think for Wiseman to be a decent role player, he's not going to live up to the expectations that was set upon him. But I think he could be a decent role player. Maybe even an integral piece to a championship team. But I just, Wiseman is like, hey, he's a guy that you can move around.
What were you saying, Chris?
So do you think he won't reach his expectations because he was probably drafted a little higher than what he should have been, and so that's why he won't be able to live up to maybe that high of a pick?
Well, we also got to remember something. I
think Golden State gave up on him too early myself.
You think what now?
Because I think he could have been that guy.
We think that Golden State gave up too early on him.
Well, I get why you think that. I do. Because I feel like on other teams, they would have given him the opportunity to keep playing through the league and everything like that. So I do get where you're coming from. I will say this, though. When it comes to James Wiseman, I think what we also need to take into consideration two things. First, he's not trash. He's just been getting hurt. Yeah. So that's one thing. So because when people say, oh, yeah, he's been, he got sent to the G League or whatever, people are trying to act like he got sent to the G League because he's a bum. Like, nah, he got sent to the G League because he was hurt. And they basically, Golden State is using the G League like how the MLB uses their minors, where it's like, okay, we're going to try to let you rehab or whatever.
Yes, to basically get them prepped. Exactly. To let you play in some type of live action that's not a scrimmage.
Right. Now, here's another thing we also need to take into consideration when it comes to this entire Golden State situation, which is it's weird. Remember when Golden State had him and they had that pick and was able to draft him, we need to remember Golden State did not get that pick because they sucked. Golden State was ravished with injuries, so everyone knew it was just a setback year. So when they had him in that draft, they didn't have to go find a superstar. They had the team. It was just the injury. So all they had to do was just pluck a guy who could fit their cog and fit their play scheme. So that's also another thing we got to take into consideration, where that Golden State pick, usually it would go to a very bad team who's trying to build. With Golden State having that pick solely because of injuries, now we don't gotta find a superstar. We just have to have a young, athletic big man who can run up and down the court. That's all we needed, and they found that in James Wiseman.
Yeah, I think in the end, they started to see Draymond losing the step, and they realized, okay, we're gonna need somebody to help with the paint interior, and that's why they got James Wiseman. Now, luckily for Golden State, Looney stepped up big in the playoffs. Maybe not so much defensively, but his rebounding was key to them winning the championship because they got a lot of second chance points. And that's why I say I think Golden State is okay with or without Wiseman. I don't think Wiseman is their solution to their problems.
Yeah.
What is the solution to their problems? Their biggest problem has been their defense.
And that's because Draymond has lost a step. And that's the reason why you go back and you bring a player like Gary Payton, a guy that can help you control the defense on the wings, because not only has Draymond lost a step, Clay has lost a step as well. A lot of things get covered up when you got defense on the wings. You don't let people get into the paint as often because you're stopping them out there on the exterior. And the problem was on the interior, you only had Draymond, really. You know, so now you got players like Wiggins. Now you bring back players like Gary Payton. I think the Warriors, especially once Gary Payton can clear his physicals and get back on the court, I think that'll be a tremendous help with Golden State. Into Pride's point, if anybody's like, oh, they should have took Lonzo Ball, I'd rather have Jordan Poole any day. And I'm glad we got to see the development of Jordan Poole, who can step in when Steph is not on the court. Because I think that would have been a lot of conflict trying to play Steph and LaMelo together. To me.
I'll be honest with you. If LaMelo goes to Golden State, he gets traded, and then everyone starts calling him a bust. Swear to God.
That's something to think about. That's something to think about.
Because let's be honest, right? And again, I'm not saying this. I've been okay, fine. A part of me is saying this because I don't like LaMelo. Okay, let me just get that one out the way. All right.
Why you don't like LaMelo?
Oh, he's overrated as
LaMelo is a dog, bro.
He looked like a dog. I mean, that's as far as this dog conversation.
He's a dog. Now I will admit, sometimes he talks better than what he actually is. But I will have to say, like, he has brought a complete transformation to that Charlotte team. It's like when he's on the court, when he's on the court, they do look this eyeball test. They look like they're playing harder. They enjoy playing with LaMelo, and he gets a lot of people open threes. I think Terry is better when LaMelo's on the court.
That's a lie.
I'm just saying eyeball test. I don't know what the stats say, but what I'm saying is when I look at LaMelo, like when LaMelo came back from injury, Charlotte started playing like, okay, we ready to make a push now.
And they push themselves out of the playoff. I get it. I'm with you there. I'm with you. Push them out of contention. I'm with you there. But here's my thing with LaMelo. It's very ball dominant, throwing up shots. That's it. He just throws up shots. If he doesn't get the ball, what is he doing? In the corner, mad, hands on his hips, look like my mom when she caught me doing something wrong. Just mad. Like, I want the ball in my hands. Bottom lip hanging, bro. Like, I've never seen a dude who got both sets of teeth showing, bro. Swear to God. My guy's top lip is so heavy it lifts up. Like, swear to God. Like, it's insane, bro. He's like, right? Like, I'm talking about a dude who can't shoot over 43%. Do with that information as you will. Zuzu in the butt. I think that's what the kids say. All right.
Who you talking about, Steph?
So wait a minute, because I can't stand for this. You're willing to defend Patrick Williams, but you gonna sit here and dog walk LaMelo Ball? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You just called LaMelo doo-doo in the butt, but you just sat up here and made a whole case for why we should give Patrick Williams a chance.
You want to know why?
Oh, Pride, where's the consistency, bro?
No. Consistency
and not let me.
Pride is all consistency.
You can't do that. I'm explaining.
Oh, I'm shutting up because I want to hear this.
The difference is that I'm saying Patrick Williams is a solid role player at his peak. I'm not sitting here and telling you that this kid's a super duper star. You're trying to pretend LaMelo Ball is like a super duper star.
When did I say that?
That's what you're trying to find. When compared to other superstars.
No, I'm not. I just said that LaMelo Ball, that I would rather have Jordan Poole over LaMelo Ball any day. How am I saying he's a super duper star?
Oh, no.
But I'm not going to sit up here and let you say that he's doo-doo in the butt.
Robert, Robert, hold on, Robert, Mr. Scott, all right? Mr. Scott, all right? Husband of Mrs. Scott. Okay?
All right, Mr. Raleigh.
Look here.
Husband of Mrs. Raleigh.
Do not throw my government out there, sir. The difference is I'm comparing Patrick Williams to other solid role players. And compared and stacked up to other solid role players, he's solid. He's pretty good.
He's not better than Andrew Wiggins.
No. I'm not saying he's better than Andrew.
That's a solid role player.
No. That's
he's not better than Brogdon.
He's a top team.
He's not better than Marcus Smart.
He's in the Brogdon.
I just gave you 3 role players.
But the problem that you're making is again the same thing of those role players. You're going to the cream of the crop, the tippity top. That's what you're doing.
Right.
I'm not saying he's up there. Frankie, be quiet, leave. I'm not saying he's up there.
LaMelo's ass. Question: are the Kings a first round exit?
Yes.
Rudely interrupted.
Question: is the Kings a first round exit? I'm tired of hearing Pride talking about LaMelo being ass. I don't care. Are the Kings first round exit?
Yes.
Leave.
Yes.
This is my show, bro. This is part of my show. You leave. You leave. You're a guest here. You leave. Here, matter of fact, let me help you. Anyway, are the Kings a first round exit? Bro, if you say yeah.
Yes. Y'all are funny.
Dustin,
Bring Pride back. Bring Pride.
Pride left.
Hey, real quick though. Hey, I do want to kind of ask you that. AP had a good point. Is the Sacramento Kings a first round exit, or do these guys got like a legit shot?
No. That's what Frankie just asked. And yes, they're a first round exit. They might not even make it to the first round. It might be a play-in team.
No, you can't say that because they're what, 4th seed right now in the West.
Yeah, we still got 20-something games left.
Isn't play-in considered the first round now?
No.
No, play-in is before the first round. To see
play-in is play-in.
Like,
first round of playoffs is first round of playoffs.
Well, the way I consider the play in the first round because they made the playoffs.
No, I don't consider the play-in a first round because it's not a series. Not a series. You're playing for the right to play in a series.
Yeah, and it only gives you for what, the 8th spot too. That's it.
Yeah, it's 8, 9, 10, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. So,
yeah,
you're playing for the right to get in the playoffs, but it's not a playoff. It gives you a playoff atmosphere. I will admit that, but it's not a playoff.
Chris, do you think the Kings are first round exit?
No, I think they'll win the first round because I think they're going to finish in the probably top 5 or 6 in the West. So I think
as it seats right now, if the playoffs started tomorrow, they will go up against the Clippers in a 7-game series.
Sweep for
the Kings?
You think
sweep
for the Kings?
Clippers will sweep if Kawhi and Paul George is heavy. The Sacramento Kings have no chance.
Stop! The Clippers just got Russell Westbrook. That's a sweep for the Kings.
And Westbrook gonna give him 30.
Stop! What the hell? Oh,
hey, let me ask you guys a question. We all know what Westbrook. Let me ask you this though. Hey, we all know what Westbrook has meant to teams, right? He's been a cancer disruption, whatever you want to call it. God forbid. What if it actually does work out with the Clippers?
He has it though.
Hey,
Westbrook ain't been no cancer to teams.
Westbrook and Kawhi Leonard can make it work. What I mean,
they're not going
to
make it work.
Unforeseen that could happen.
They're not going to make it work. And to take Price take earlier on saying this, Russell Westbrook and Paul George did not. I don't care what they say. They did not click real well in OKC, and that was the reason why Paul George ended up requesting a trade out of OKC. Was because of the main reason was Russell Westbrook. I don't think they're going to click. Plus, you got Kawhi Leonard in the mix in there as well. I don't think that's going to click out really well.
They don't clog the paint.
Homie said Russell Westbrook gonna give you 30, man. He'd be lucky
30.
to give you 15.
He gonna give him a 30-point triple dub.
Oh my God, the triple double maybe, but not no 30 triple double.
30-point triple dub.
He'll give them a 30-point triple double across 3 games.
Westbrook gonna average 24, 8, and 9 in that playoff series.
I'm done with you. I'm done.
Hey, listen, hey, Frankie, you can be done with Rob Scott,
but you better do it professionally. Don't you do it unprofessionally, or I'll kick your butt off the show.
What do you think, Jay? Do you think the Kings make it out of the first round?
You know, if you'd asked me this several playoffs or several years ago, I'd have said hell no. But with Sabonis and Fox and the way that team is playing, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they do make it. I think they get pretty. I'm not gonna say they're gonna be finals worthy or even conference worthy, but I do think they pull off at least one series win out of it. I mean, look, this team is playing good. And they're quick and they're fast, and a lot of these teams aren't as quick. So I think they can use that to their advantage. I'm not going to rule out the Sacramento Kings team by anything. I think they're going to get overlooked, and they could be that one team that surprises you.
And we're forgetting who's their head coach. They're getting led by Mike Brown, who won multiple championships with Golden State in the past 4 years.
And Coach LeBron.
Stop.
Guess what? 24, 8, and 9.
Oh my God.
Well, you think, Stat Guy? You think Sacramento gets out of the first round?
I think it depends on who they play. Like Jay said, they're quicker than a lot of teams, but if they play a team that's more physical than them, they're going to be in trouble.
Let's say they play the Clippers. You think they can get by the Clippers?
I think they can get by the Clippers in 6.
I think the key to that team, though, is Sabonis. I like the play of Sabonis. I really do.
Yeah, Sabonis is a dog. He just like his daddy.
Man. I'm telling you.
He just like his daddy.
Hell, if anybody knows Sabonis Gonzo, that's you, buddy. That's your former guy. So you know.
Oh, yeah, Sabonis is a dog. I was disappointed when we got rid of him, but
he was like that in Indy.
Well for us.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I just want to say I just still love it how we outsource our NBA slam dunk contest to the G League. Go G League.
Hey, go. Hey, my boy Mac with the Mac attack.
Hey, listen, I will tell you, I got to be honest, Rob, I had not really given him that much attention, but when I seen the clips of him when the dunks that he did, I was like, that dude, he had it right. This dude on steroids.
Hey, Jay, go watch his high school clips, bro. He been doing this since
I'm about to get a lot more
hey, this dude been dunking like that since sophomore year. Dude, he's amazing, bro.
How long do you think it is before we see him in the NBA? If he's got hops and things like that, I mean, it takes more than that just to be in the NBA. I get that, but how long do you think it is before he gets out of the G League and actually makes it?
I think you might see him next season, or he might sign a late 10-day contract with somebody. I think the fact that he won the dunk contest put a lot of national coverage on his name. But, most guys that play like him and have his style, they don't map out too well in the NBA. Like, you look at a Jimmer Fredette, you look at a Grayson Allen, you look at a Doug McDermott. It's more than just hops. It's more than just the ability to shoot. You have to be able to put all that together in the NBA game.
I agree. I mean, if you look at him, based off just the All-Star game, or all the dunk contest, he'd be a great globetrotter. I'm just wondering, like you said.
Look at some of the past dunk contest winners. Zach LaVine. Well, let's take Zach LaVine out. You look at what was his name? Jeremy, not Jeremy Grant. What was that guy name in Utah that won that one year? Oh, I can't think his name right now. But most of your dunk contest winners, they're like role players. You haven't really seen superstar. Like Donovan Mitchell took off after the dunk contest and he put his name into superstardom. But and you take the Dwight Howard out. But you look at previous dunk contest winners like Nate Robinson, Gerald Green, these dudes are role players.
I agree, and that's what I'm saying. Do you think we'll ever get a Ja Morant? I think Zion said he might do it in 24. Ja Morant basically said he ain't going to do it. But
if I'm the New Orleans Pelicans, I'm telling Zion stay far away from that damn dunk contest.
This dude can't even walk without getting hurt. I agree with you. Trust me, I agree.
You better not even dream about a dunk contest. You need to be dreaming about a salad, and that's coming from me.
Zion's going to do the dunk contest next year, and he's going to do it with Ja Morant.
Let me ask you guys this. How serious should we take this Pelicans team? I mean, I know Zion's kind of been in and out of the lineup. Currently, he's out. I think hopefully he'll get back in after the All-Star break. But how much weight should we put on this Pelicans team?
I don't know, Jay, because I mean, you look at Zion re-aggravated his hamstring, so we don't really know how long this guy's gonna be out. And then, unfortunately, Brandon Ingram has shown signs that he can't play consistently without getting injured. So, I mean, if we're taking away health out of the equation, you got to take the Pelicans as a serious threat. But if we're gonna put health in that equation, which we have to, then you got to think about it and say, hey, I don't know if this team can survive a playoff series with everybody still intact.
Hey, let me take that one step further then, Rob and Stat Guy and Frankie Gonzo. We've seen Zion in and out of the damn lineup forever and a day, but not consistently in the lineup long enough. But we have seen when he is in the lineup what he brings to that team. He makes them better. The problem is, like everybody says, the best ability is availability. And if he's not available, do you think next contract that if he continues this pattern, maybe he's out of the Pelicans lineup? Or anybody's lineup for that fact.
I don't think it's going to affect his next contract for one reason. You sign Zion to your team, you're guaranteed to sell tickets, and you're guaranteed to sell jerseys.
Well, that's
he
true.
He might not get a supermax or anything like that, but he's still going to get a 9-figure contract when this contract is up. For the sole purpose that you sign him to your team, your season tickets are going to go up, your merchandise sales are going to go up, and everything that goes into the NBA season is going to go up because he's now part of your franchise.
Frankie, based off kind of like what Stat Guy is saying, and I agree with Stat Guy, at what point do we just give up on Zion as being like the future possible face of the NBA? At what point do we give up on that?
I mean, I wouldn't say he's going to be a possible face of the NBA. The man is like already 3 years in of his rookie deal. He's only played a full one season, if that. I mean,
I think it's a full one season, Frankie. Honestly, it's been
exactly So I agree with what Stat Guy is saying on some points. I mean, if that's what the route they want to go is by just signing him to just sell merchandise on jerseys and tickets and stuff like that, then go ahead, by all means, go ahead and sign him. But as an organization, you got to look and think, are we going to really waste money on this guy continuously being injured and just dealing with him being on the sideline when you can just rather save that money and possibly making a good trade to get somebody else, or even making a trade for a better draft pick for somebody else to become your future franchise player. I mean, you got to start looking into that if I'm the New Orleans Pelicans, because you can't keep going the route of hoping that Zion Williamson is gonna, stay healthy for you guys. Like, it's just, I understand the man was an outstanding ball player in college for Duke, but that was just for one season. They didn't even give him a full 4 seasons in college.
Right.
They just gave him 1 season in college and thought he was going to be phenomenal. Clearly, it shows that, he's a good ball player. I don't want to say he's not, because he really is. If the man's healthy and he's on the court, no doubt about it, he can win you games, and he can be a dominant player for you. But ever since coming into the NBA, he's just been a straight injury-prone player. And I don't think
since day one.
And I don't think the New Orleans is going to go that route. I don't think the New Orleans go that route anymore, honestly. And if I'm them, I would say by next year, if he gets injured before the trade deadline, you gotta listen. It's time. We're gonna start looking for trade options for you, because we're not going to continue.
Gonzo, are you in the same alignment with Frankie and Dustin? I mean, look, this guy has been since day one of his NBA career. He's been like AD and all the other injury-prone Greg Owens, whatever. I mean, this guy's been like crippled and injured since day freaking one. How much longer are we going to give this guy an opportunity at being great, or could be great, or could even just be good on the court long enough? It's ridiculous, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with what Dustin and Frankie said on it. I think there'll be teams that'll sign him because of ticket sales and merch sales. But if you're a team if you're the Pelicans and you're wanting to try to compete for a championship, if he gets hurt again next year before the trade deadline, I think you're starting to get to that time where you might have to think about maybe moving on. If you want to be serious about competing for a championship, there's no doubt when he's healthy, the dude. I mean, he's shown what he can do when he's healthy, but the staying healthy part has not happened.
Yeah, the availability part
Very often.
sucks.
I mean,
It
let's be real. Yes, he could sell the jerseys and stuff, but if he continues to get injured, the fan base of New Orleans is going to get tired of it, and they're just going to stop buying his jerseys. There's no point in continue getting his jerseys because you're not, you're buying tickets to see the Pelican. You want to buy tickets to see Zion. Instead, you're seeing Zion on the sideline, and you're just buying tickets to see the New Orleans Pelicans lose.
If riding the injury list per number of days was a stat, he would beat King. It's sad. It's sad because he's such a talent, but his body is just letting him down. And let me ask you guys this: do you think maybe the weight that he carries is what's causing some of this? Maybe should Zion drop some weight?
He has dropped a weight. He's dropped like 30 pounds.
He did. Yeah, he did.
I mean, he has, but I'm saying, like, does he need to drop some more? Or is it maybe just his rehab? I mean, there's got to be something. If I'm a doctor, I mean, I've got to be looking at Zion thinking, like,
As there's nothing really that Zion can do at this point. If you look at his body and how big his body is and how much force he puts on his legs when he jumps and when he lands, it's not going to matter how much weight he loses, just the amount of force that he puts on his legs. It's just a matter of when a leg injury is going to happen.
So based on that logic, though, stat guy, does Zion at that point need to change his game and the way he plays basketball?
He does. He needs to develop a jump shot. He has to. And if he doesn't develop a jump shot, he's not going to make it in the NBA more than 7 years because of the amount of force.
I'm in total agreement with that. That's what I was thinking. He needs to be more like LeBron and stop trying to be like John Morant. Just be like Bron and work on your outside game, your layups, and you're good. I don't think you need to be this high-flying whatever person. The problem is that's what people expect Zion to be. But Zion,
if I'm the Pelicans this year and next year, if Zion does come back, I don't even start him.
I wouldn't either.
I'd bring him off the bench as a sixth man. Minimize his minutes to keep him as healthy as possible because even if he plays 20, 25 minutes, he'll give you 15 to 20 points.
And even if he does become an all-star,
that's not a bad way of looking at it, honestly.
And even if he does become an all-star, I mean, Dustin, you can correct me if I'm wrong. If he gets selected to be an all-star next year, you sit him out for that all-star as well. You look at him and you say, listen, you're health-wise, and I understand that the all-star game has gotten soft because it really has gotten soft. But still, you can still get injured. And it proved yesterday with Giannis injuring his wrist and LeBron, quote-unquote, injuring his hand. It proves that you can get injured in the all-star break. I don't think they want to go that route either. So if I'm New Orleans and I say, yeah, listen, you got selected to be in the dunk contest and an all-star game, but we don't want you to do it because of your health issue. We need you back for the most important part of basketball, the second half of the season. That's what I'll say.
I could see them letting him do the dunk contest mainly because when he does dunks, like even in warm-ups, he doesn't even try and he makes dunking look so easy. So as long as he's not going to go out there and do all these super 360 stuff or a lot of the stuff that's going to put a lot of force on his body, I don't think they would care if he did the dunk contest, but I agree keeping him out of the game.
Yeah,
If you go back to
reinvent himself.
If you go back to his rookie year, though, he was coming off the bench. In his first game that he played against the San Antonio Spurs, he played 20 minutes and had 22 points, and he scored 16 straight points at one point. So Zion's shown that he can come off the bench in short spurts and score points. And if he can give you 22 points in 20 minutes, I'm pretty sure any team will take that.
And let's be honest. Number one, I think you're right. I think two things got to happen. Number one, like you said, Dustin, he's got to reinvent himself, develop that jump shot, whatever the case may be, get really good at that. I think he prolongs his career that direction, as well as what you and Frankie are saying about the minute restriction and coming off the bench. If they can do those two things, they're probably going to get a hell of a lot more out of Zion than what they're getting currently. Now, will it take away some of the pizzazz away from Zion? Sure it will. But at the same time, what pizzazz is he getting sitting on the bench doing a damn thing? I mean, it makes a lot of – I think what you guys are saying makes a lot of sense, and I hope Zion or the Pelicans hear that, and maybe they think about it. I don't think they will, but it would be good if they did think like that. I think it's going to be better for his career.
All right, guys, let's get to final thoughts for today.
Oh, I'm going last on this. Who wants to go first? Frankie, lead it off. Let's go.
I really, I don't got nothing besides, the breaking, like we said earlier on in the show, well, you guys did the breaking news of the new ASAP. We're having our own app on Google Play, also having our own channel on Roku where you can download that as well. It's a much upgrade and a big step for us here in ASAP Network, and we couldn't be more proud and we couldn't be more excited to start a new beginning with these networks and these apps. Other than that, man, baseball season it's here. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, we're not in the regular season or whatever. But if you're a true baseball fan, like all four of us here on the network, on this show right now, baseball season has officially started for us once the pitchers and catchers meeting had come up. So I'm really excited, man. I can't wait to get this season started and underway. Every team plays literally everybody. That's the new rule of the schedules this year. So everybody gets a taste of who they're going to face throughout this entire season. It's going to be a long season, guys, and it's going to be an exciting one with a lot of new rule changes.
Stat guy.
Former Wisconsin Badgers head coach and defensive coordinator Jim Leonard interviewed for the Philadelphia Eagles defensive coordinator spot today. And it's looking like, if all goes well, he will sign with the Eagles by Wednesday.
Wait, who's that?
Jim Leonard, who was the Badgers interim head coach and defensive coordinator last year at Wisconsin, interviewed for the Eagles DC job this morning.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He took over second half of the season, right?
Yeah, he took over in week 6 for the Badgers last year, and they thought he was going to get the job next year until they hired Fickle.
Until Fickle came.
Because I heard. Correct me if I'm that guy. I know you probably know these names better than I do, but the guy that was underneath Gannon Johnson, I think his name was. I thought they were grooming him to be the next defensive coordinator.
Well, Gannon's now the head coach, or who'd you say?
I want to say his name was Johnson. It was a guy up underneath Gannon that they were.
He actually went to Arizona, I believe, with Gannon.
Yeah, he went to Arizona with Gannon.
Yep, he's actually going to be Gannon's. He's going to be Gannon. He's going to be Gannon's defensive coordinator in Arizona.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I think that came out yesterday.
Wow. Okay. Well, damn. Okay. Gannon, he didn't waste no time. He took him and his successor and told Philadelphia, F you.
Philadelphia's losing a lot of coaches.
Wow. Well,
Dustin,
it's going to be interesting to see what Philadelphia does next year.
Dustin.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yep.
Dustin.
No, Frankie, don't come in here with that weak love.
Dustin,
You're going to have an off-season conversation.
Jay, shut your mouth. Dustin.
What?
I love your hard nipples.
They're not hard.
No. We don't say that. No, we're professional.
Jay, shut up. Dustin.
Yeah.
I love you still.
Okay.
God. Gonzo, you know what I hate? I hate love and affection. I hate people that show love and affection in public displays. Keep that crap private and locked down, okay? We're all men here. This ain't no female hour. You want soap operas? Go watch General Hospital or The View, okay? We're men here. Act like a man. Act like you got a pair.
Jay, you need to realize and understand something that is 2023, sir. Stop living in the past.
I know.
I think we all just watched one of the biggest soap operas there is Saturday night, Jay.
It's true. It's terrible. My wife said the same thing. She's like, "Oh my God, you watch a male soap opera?" Anyway, I said, "No, I don't watch it. I'm learning to watch it because the people that I associate with watch it, and this is my world now, and I've embraced my new world." No, hey guys, listen, man. What final thoughts for me, man? Hey, it's a great opportunity to be here with ASAP, man. Again, Google Play, Amazon. And now that we got the app now for ASAP, you guys, I hope you guys are tuning in more to us now, do other means other than just the primary that we've been doing. Just a great opportunity, I think, for everybody. And I hope everybody's enjoying the ASAP content and what we put out. And, man, what a time to be alive, man. Gonzo, I love you. Frankie, Dustin, I love you guys. Rob Scott, Pride.
Hold on. Now you're saying
to be alive. No, I said I love you, but I didn't say it in a homosexual way. So be quiet.
How did I say it? First of all, you can't say words like that.
No, homosexual is a scientific word.
You can't say it like that. You're gonna get us canceled on the new stuff. You can't say stuff like that. First of all. Second of all, I didn't say it like that. I'm just telling Dustin I love him. But then you want to come out and say something. But then you go around saying that you love everybody. It's okay.
I do, man. I'm a closet. I can't help it.
I cannot. With these Southerners, Chris, I swear to God, these Southern people.
Hey, what are we gonna do with these Southerners, man? I don't mean you know. I mean, damn.
Oh shit.
Hey, I did want to say just one thing. Unscripted, catch us on Twitter. Frankie above does a really good job. Twitter, Unscripted Guys, all one word. And on TikTok, Unscripted Sports, all one word. And we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. Gonzo will be there. Hopefully, maybe Dustin will make an appearance. I got
one more. I got one more thing to add quick.
Yep.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m. is the first ever USFL college draft.
Oh, hell yeah. What channel?
There is actually no channel. It is going to be, I think a lot of them said it's going to be like on a Facebook Live on the USFL Facebook page. Because most teams are just doing it off of their direct like social media accounts. They're not actually doing it on TV. But this will be the first year that they're actually doing it with college eligible players, which could make things interesting for the NFL draft because this could potentially take 5th or 6th round picks who might not have a chance to play, and they might get added directly to the USFL.
Which might not be a bad idea for them to continue to showcase their talents to get a better contract. Quick question, Dustin. Could you tell everybody that it's not educated on it? What cities now are they? Because I know they're venturing out of Birmingham. I know Detroit's one. Could you say some of the other places we can catch them?
Yeah, so Detroit is going to be the hub for the Michigan Panthers and the Philadelphia Stars.
And the New Jersey Generals, right?
Nope, New Jersey Generals and Pittsburgh are going to be in Canton.
Oh, that's right.
And then Memphis is formerly known as the Tampa Bay Bandits. They've now relocated to Memphis, but Memphis is going to be the hub for the Memphis Showboats and the New Orleans Breakers. And then Houston and Birmingham are going to be playing in Birmingham.
All right, my thing is kind of reiterate what Frankie and Jay said about the app, the new ASAP mobile app. If you need the link for it, go to the ASAP social media pages. You can find it on there. You can also find it on the Gonzo Sports Room social media pages. I'll put it on there. It's in the comment section. You can find it on Google, Google Play Store, Roku, and Amazon right now. I think it's going to be available on Apple here real soon if everything goes as planned. So please go check out that new mobile app. We appreciate the support. I'll be live here in about 10-15 minutes with the Easy Money, a sports betting show, and then also have GWR tonight at 6:30 and Gonzo Sports Room tonight at 11. So still I'll be live 3 more times today. But we appreciate everybody watching the ASAP Afternoon Blitz. We'll be back tomorrow at 1. Also, don't forget tomorrow 9 a.m. we'll be back with me and the stat guy with Around the Bases, our baseball show, 9 a.m. tomorrow. So join us for that on the ASAP Sports Network as well.
Frankie the Yankee might make an appearance soon on that show. Just saying.
Hey, real quick, Dustin, is it crazy that I actually saw the comparison of the old base versus the new base, and they were not. Alex Cora was not playing around when he said those damn things look like pizza boxes.
They're huge.
They do look huge,
dude. They are freaking enormous.
I can't wait to see. I wonder who's gonna be the first batter to trip on that.
Bro, hey, no doubt about it. There's no way you're missing the base when you go around it, man.
Do they already do each team already have those bases on for their practice facilities right now?
Yeah, they do. I've saw them at Kissimmee already, where the Astros are at out there. So I know that they're making the rounds, or they're already out there.
Okay.
All right, but yeah, thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, for another episode of the ASAP Afternoon Blitz. Have a great day.